Hi, I'm Nancy Mahoney, and I'm here at Quilt Week, and I'm going to share with you a couple tips about foundation paper piecing. It's one of my favorite ways to construct quilts, and there's lots of different tips, but this one is how to get your center started. And I'm working with a block that has a center square. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of my foundation pattern, whether it's out of a book or a pattern itself. And I'm going to trim it down so that I'm trimming about 1/4 of an inch around the outside edges, and I'm getting rid of that extra bits of paper because it just gets in your way. So now that I have it all trimmed down to size, I need to figure out where to put my centerpiece, and that's often the hardest thing to figure out. So often, especially when I got started quilting a long time ago, we would hold it up to the light and we'd try and figure out where that center square went, and then we'd set it down on the table to pin it in place and it would have shifted. So I've come up with a neat little tip for you about how to get that center square or position that center square. Now this is a folding tool. You can either use a piece of plastic or you can just use a piece of cardboard, but think of it as a folding tool. You're going to place it on one of the lines. You're going to fold back the paper on the line, place just a regular ruler on the fold, and you're going to mark on the outside of that center square. And I'm going to use a pencil to draw a line. To draw a line, I just need one line mark there. Of course, that one's not marking very well. And then I'm going to turn around to the other side, an adjacent side, put my folding tool on the line, fold back the paper, place the 1/4 inch line on the ruler, and we'll see if I can get more lead here, and draw a line, and of course my pencil doesn't want to work. There we go. Draw a line. So now I have 2 lines, so I know where to place my square. I'm going to use a little glue stick, which is another tip. I used to use a pin, and the pin would always get in the way, and sometimes it would move, so I couldn't get, my piece would shift again. But by gluing it in place, it stays where I put it. And I line up those 2 lines, and that tells me that I have a 1/4 inch seam allowance on these 2 sides. Now if I flip my page over, so my writing is on the top again, and your first piece is always wrong side to wrong side. I'm going to put my folding tool on a line again and fold it back and put my ruler on. I can use a regular ruler or an add 1/4 ruler, and I'm going to trim at this point so that I have a 1/4 inch, exact 1/4 inch on the other 2 sides of the square. And so I'm going to look at this side, and this one looks like it's a 1/4 inch, so I won't need to trim that one. So that's my tip for you. I hope you've enjoyed this tip, and it'll help you be able to set your first piece on correctly onto your foundation paper. So I hope to see you at another Quilt Week. Thanks for joining me.